Welcome back to the Florida Marlins here on OOTP 26. As you can see in front of your face right now, we are already here at the first-year player draft, and the Florida Marlins are rocking and rolling, folks. We are back. There's been a few disappointing things happening this season, but for the most part, it's been a very successful first couple months of the season here. We're like halfway through July. We're looking here at the player draft. Then we're going to be looking at the deadline, and we're going to be looking to cruise here into the playoffs. If things keep up the way they are, we have a 10-game lead on the Washington Nationals. If we take a look at the expanded standings, we have a plus 109 run differential, which is the best in Major League Baseball. The closest team to us would be the Orioles, who have a plus 94, and then the Cubs have a plus 78. And then also the Padres are a plus 68, and they're kind of getting screwed on the Pythagorean like we were last year. They're terrible in one-run games. This year, we are actually above 500 in one-run games, 7-3 in our last 10. Things are going very well here in Miami. So take a look here at the team stats. You can see we're 7-1 here in July so far. We were 21-7 in May. I mean, we have just been cooking this season, as the 10-game lead on first place would tell. And you can see a lot of single-digit numbers all over the place here. Even with the bats, we have the second most runs scored in Major League Baseball, as well as the first least amount of runs allowed. Incredible stuff here with the Marlins this season. Second in average overall, second in OPS, second in WAR and WOBA and runs scored and hits, the most extra base hits, sixth in home runs. We're not walking a ton, but who cares with the rest of this stuff? We are not striking out, the best at that. Fourth in stolen bases. This is actually improved. I've actually knocked down the stealing bases to like one tick above middle, and then the base running is even a bit towards conservative now. And it was 12th with the base running, 12th, but it is now... 8th? We are now 8th. So that's actually been improving since we ticked that down a bit. And then take a look at the pitching staff here. The best ERA. Only 5th in starters ERA, but still top 5. The best bullpen ERA, the least amount of runs allowed. 4th in WAR, 1st in hits allowed, opponent's average, BABIP, 3rd in home runs allowed. Huge improvement from last season. Walking a decent amount of guys, and we're also not striking out a ton. But, we're being effective nonetheless, and then very good defensively, 1st in efficiency, and 3rd in zone rating. So let's take a look at, I don't think we have any injuries to really go. We do. We have Ryan Weathers. We have Ryan Weathers, who is unfortunately out for probably the rest of the season with a torn labrum. He was pitching well, as he always does. He was having yet another Ryan Weathers type season. And unfortunately, he will be gone the rest of the year. So we're going to have to piece it together without him the rest of the way. Taking a look at that current pitching staff, you may notice we actually have a couple followers in the system here. Michael King, unfortunately, this is definitely going to be his last year in Miami, because he has really taken a nosedive on the quality here. We are running him as a follower right now because he is just not getting it done. He's having a horrible home runs per 9. The K and walk rate aren't too different. I mean, the K rate's basically the same. The walk rate's a little bit up, but it's still less than it was in 2027. But he's just been not great. He's given up way too many home runs. He's now an extreme fly ball pitcher, that's new. It reminds me of Zach Gallen last year with the Angels, where he started getting a bit older, and his movement took a huge hit, and all of a sudden he was giving up way too many home runs. Michael King, fortunately, on a very team-friendly deal, and this is the last year of his contract, so we will not have to deal with, playing him next year. But for the rest of the season, he is on our team here. We could possibly, cut bait on him at some point, but for now, we are rocking him as a follower. I actually haven't looked at how he's done, as he's actually been really good. So you can see here, it's been working. He's been much better as a follower, so we're going to keep rocking with that. Bobby Miller also started the year in the bullpen, was very good in the stopper role, and then once Weathers went down, I was just like, hey man, just go back to what you were doing last year towards the end of the season, being a stopper. And also, finally, the potential went away for him. Now that he's 30, it's not like, hey, he could have 70 stuff. So or whatever his stuff potential was. Now it's like, okay, this is who Bobby Miller is, which I'm fine with. He's a solid player for us. And he was a really good stopper. Now he's a follower. He was a really good follower last year. And we're hoping he can continue that down the stretch here until we possibly maybe pick up a starter at the deadline. Dustin May has been up and down here his first season in Miami. 18 starts, 76 and 2/3 innings. He's had a 4.3 ERA. That's gotten a bit better as time has gone on. If you look at his splits here month by month, April, he was kind of not great. May, kind of struggling. June, got a bit unlucky. And then same here in July with the ERA, but good FIPS. So overall, not really too much to complain about there. I'm confident he's going to be a good pitcher for us. Christian Scott's been solid, bit lucky. The FIP is a bit worse than league average, but we'll take it. Waldrop's actually been weird this year, where his FIP's been up. Both of them have comparable FIPs. So, I was hoping Waldrop was going to turn into like a super stud for us, but so far that has not been the case. He's been like basically teetering around league average, which, serviceable pitcher, but we would like to see more from a guy like this with these potential ratings. And then in the bullpen, you could see here that Abel and Perez is actually an opener now. We are rocking Miller and Perez opener. Miller got off to a terrible start here in the big leagues. If we go to by month in March and April, or March he was really bad. April he was a bit better, but then I wasn't really checking this, but then we sent him down, or I should say a bit better with the FIP, but got really unlucky. So we sent him down. He was in the minors for most of May, and then came back up in June and July as a opener. You can see here he's been really good as an opener, not so much as a reliever, but it's been better as a reliever since he came back up. So now he's an opener, really good in that role. Love it. Keep doing that. Keep doing your thing. Yuri Perez here also is a guy who has struggled with the home runs once again, but it's been coming down. This was in the 2s at one point this season. Now it's a 1.6. And then you could take a look at his splits. He's actually an opener for us as well. He's been really good in 3 open appearances. So we love to see that. Him and Miller are going to keep going out there in tandem with King and Miller, and just see how things go. I don't really know if they're using Perez with King or Miller with Miller, but I think they should go Miller and Miller. Get the law firm there every 5th day. And you can see here Mick Abel in his role. He's been fine. He's been really good with the ERA, around slightly worse than league average FIP, but we'll take it. He is what he is. He's a guy who can come in there, give you bulk in those long relief spots, and we like to see it. Keegan Akin has been fantastic in his new stopper role this season. 57 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 2 WAR, a 200 ERA plus, a 52 FIP minus. I mean, he's just been incredible. Henriquez did get hurt for a bit. He's recently come back from that, and he's been overall solid, really good with the ERA. FIP has been not so great, but we'll take it. Joseph King has been fantastic. Him and Kochanowicz, however you say his name, are the reasons why I felt okay moving Bobby Miller to the rotation, because we have, honestly should make me use them more often here, but we have Kochanowicz and King just really performing very well as middle relief with secondary stopper. Both of them with very good sub-2 ERAs, 1.12 for Kochanowicz and 1.46 for King, and then both of them with very good FIPs as well. Kochanowicz, like all-time stuff here, 2.47 FIP, and then 3.29 for Joseph King. So both of them have given us the luxury of being able to move Bobby Miller back into his last season role of a follower once Weathers went down. We talked about Miller, we talked about Perez. You can see they're both on fire since moving to the opener role. And then Emmanuel Clase has even been really good for us. He has 19 saves, 19 shutdowns, 2 holds. Love to see it. He's no longer like the huge strikeout guy he was previously in his career, but he doesn't walk anybody. He doesn't give up any home runs for this season. He's been what you want from a veteran reliever at the back end of your bullpen. So we'll take that every day of the week. And now taking a look at the lineups here. They're pretty much the same thing against righties and lefties. Just against lefties, it's Eels in the starter, and then they flip every couple of days. But sorting by WRC plus, or also by WAR. We'll sort by WAR. Wilfredo Lara has been our best player this season with a 2.8 WAR and a 137 WRC plus, 14 doubles, 15 home runs. He's walking a ton. He's striking out only 15.9% of the time. He's got a 365 OBP. We actually swapped him and Vargas. It was him down here and Vargas was here, but we swapped them because he's been so good. And he's got one of the best pitches per plate appearance on OBP, so we want him towards the top, getting on base, setting the tone for the rest of the lineup. Dylan Head is actually now in the leadoff spot. His OBP was a bit higher, but we decided to throw him there. It's kind of a combo with him of old school leadoff guy and new school leadoff guy because he sees a lot of pitches. He has a decent OBP. And he steals a ton. He gets on base. He's already got 30 swiped bags and a 90.9% success rate. So, he gets on base, and then he goes and swipes second base. That's a great thing to have at the top of the lineup. Mix of old school, new school there. Brooks Lee is our 3-hitter right now. He's got a 2.5 WAR, triple-digit WRC plus, 24 doubles, only behind Vargas, who has 30 goddamn doubles on the team already. 11 home runs for Lee, 13 for Vargas, respectively. Both of them very similar walks and strikeout rates as well. Love to see it. Vargas, unfortunately, is getting caught a lot swiping bags. Seeing him and Hope and Cawley and I think it was Costa as well, seeing their numbers, and even Lara was maybe be okay, let's tone down the stealing here. Even with these stealing strategies, those guys are still just getting caught for a lot for whatever reason. It doesn't make any sense because Lara's got a 70 stealing ability. Vargas has 55. So you would think that he would be fine, but so far they have not been. But then moving on to Davison De Los Santos, who did spend a bit of time on the IL here. He had a fractured thumb for 3 to 4 weeks, but he is back. And he has been fantastic for us. 19 home runs, 12 doubles, 149 WRC plus. He does not walk, but that's not what he's here for. He's here to be a big bopper in that cleanup spot, and that is what he has been doing for us this season at the first base spot. Yankel Fernandez has been really, really good. Him and Peyton Eels have been splitting time at that DH spot. It's actually Fernandez Eels every third game now. It was every second game because Eels actually got off to a slow start here. You can see his WRC plus is back up to 100 now, but it was definitely a slow start for him. If we take a look at his stats here, March and April were just not great, but then May, June, July, he has been on fire. And then Fernandez here, just basically the whole season, he's been really good. He struggled a bit in June, but for the most part, he has been really, really good, just tearing the cover off the ball for us. So yeah, love that DH combo we have there. Max Acosta's been whatever. He's playing good defense. He's not hitting once again. He did get injured. He had a hip flexor strain, or that was just recently. He had a strained MCL that took him out for a bit, but he is back, playing good defense, doing what he does. Miguel Palma and Agustin Ramirez are actually getting comparable time now at catcher because you can see here Palma's on fire. He's hitting for us. He's got that 60 framing as well. Just overall has been a solid player for us, whereas Agustin Ramirez hasn't. It's just that simple. He has not been good this season. I don't know why, but he hasn't. His ratings, when you look at them, have never really been that impressive, but this year he just had this fall off a cliff. He's 27, and he goes from being a 3.5 WAR player every single season to now he's bad. He's not a good bat. He's not good defensively. So we're trying to ease Palma in more. It's not ideal because we have Ramirez signed for multiple more seasons, but that's the risk you run when you do long-term extensions with the guy when you're the Florida Marlins. And then PJ Morlando, big thing with him this season, he's actually been decent in left field. He's been hitting for us. He has a triple-digit WRC plus. He's got 16 home runs, 10 doubles as a rookie here. And he hasn't been awful in left field. He's been holding his own. He's been treading water. He hasn't been great, but he's not been a liability out there either. So that compared with the 19 home runs that he's given, or 16 home runs, he's going to hit 20 plus this year. I will take that. He doesn't walk at all, But, he's a big bopper. He's a big bopper sort of guy. He was playing first base for us when De Los Santos was hurt, but now he's back in left field. We already talked about Peyton Eales, and then unfortunately our bench guys, Cameron Cawley and Zahir Hope, have been just dreadful. But Zahir Hope is here for his glove. The bat has just been truly, truly terrible. And then Cameron Cawley is also here for his glove, and he started the year hurt. If we take a look at his injury history, he tore his ankle ligaments in spring training. He came back, and he's gotten 94 plate appearances, and he's been not great at the dish. But, once again, he is here for his glove to just play all over the place. He did get some time starting at shortstop when, what's his name, Acosta got hurt, because Caba was also hurt at that time, and we had to have Cameron Cawley play some shortstop for us. Some other guys who have gotten some time in the big leagues this season was Skylar Hales, even though he's an extreme fly ball. In AAA, he just limits home runs for whatever reason, but then he came up to the bigs. He was really, really good for a while, but then his last few appearances just did not go well. We could probably just pinpoint it here. We go splits, Major League. I guess in April and then the beginning of May, he was really good, but then towards the end of May and June, he started getting rocked, and we sent him down. Unfortunately, Ryan Johnson will not be able to pitch for us this season because he tore his labrum down in AAA. Jacob Kisting also has surgery to remove bone chips, so his season's come to an end as well. But one thing that I need to bring up here is Nicholas Partridge, because this guy is playing his way into our plans this season. You could see he started off in AA in Pensacola and was just immediately like, I'm too good for this level. So after basically a month, we were just like, all right, go to AAA. And you can see here in 239 plate appearances in 56 games, he has a 128 WRC plus, 11 doubles, 9 home runs, 900 OPS. Really, really good. His BABIP's a bit high, but overall, he's been a really, really, really good hitter in AAA. And you can just look at his ratings. He's got 50 pluses across the board, with some potential for improvement there as well. The thing is, where is he going to play if we call him up? We like Fernandez and Eales at DH. Maybe a bit more Fernandez than Eales right now, but I think we like them both still. Obviously, Vargas is going to play right. Orlando is going to play left. Head's going to play center. Oh, I should also mention that Head, he's been better in center field. He hasn't been Derek Hill type glove, but he has been very serviceable at that position, which I do think will just keep improving because there's no way that these ratings are not going to ever, result in him having a double-digit ZR. But yeah, I mean, just where would Partridge play? It's really only first base, third base, and DH where he can play. I don't really want to play him in left, and even if he did, we have Orlando there. First base is De Los Santos, who is tearing the cover off the ball. Third base is Lara, who's our best player. So, if he comes up, he's going to come up as a bench piece for us, which I guess I could technically do. We could send down Hope and have Cawley just be our main backup outfielder, because he can do it. He has the ability to be the main backup outfielder. We're already going with glove first guy anyway there. And then maybe have Partridge just play some, spots, some starts there at first and third, and be our best pinch hitter or something like that. So that could be something we could do. We might do that, but we do have to open up a spot. Oh, but actually we don't, because we put Weathers on the IL, so he's off the 40-man now. We could probably do the same with Johnson here if we need to open up another spot at some point. Shepherdson is out for 2 weeks with elbow inflammation. He's no longer a 50 potential either. Juan De La Cruz is kind of tapped at his potential too. He doesn't look that great anymore either. So we have some guys who we could remove from the 40-man if we need to make room for people. But yeah, Nicholas Partridge, I would expect to see him in the big leagues at some point down the stretch this season. And now it is time to jump into the first-year player draft here. We have the 21st overall pick. We did have 17th, but we dropped because of compensation picks, I believe. And then also how just the lottery shook out. You can see here the White Sox jumped from 16 to 6th. And the New York Mets here, they've got a compensation pick, so they have 4th and 7th. 2 top 10 picks. Giants have 2 top 20 picks. Angels have 2 picks back-to-back here. Our compensation pick is not because we failed to sign a guy in the draft last year, but it's because we lost Paredes in free agency. So, If we take a look at the, what page is it? The mock draft here, we have the 21st overall pick, and then we also have 2 picks in the second round. We have the 17th pick in the second round and also the 34th here towards the end for the Paredes compensation. So number 1 overall to the Las Vegas Athletics is Adam Doodles Merritt out of Briarcliff University. Goes 1-1 here. Definitely just like a third baseman, maybe a second baseman, but could he play the outfield? Not really. So like first, second, third, definitely not a shortstop, but this bat looks like it could be really good. Mainly BABIP, gap power, and eye. Not really too much power, but I mean, I always talk about how much I like these players. This guy looks damn good. College player too already, like 40, 45s across the board here. He could be in the big leagues very quickly for that Athletics team. So move things on to our pick here, number 21 overall. Take a look at the sortable list. And if we just go look at all players available, there are some 80s here. Most of them, they're all high school guys. I think I want to lean towards taking a college guy, like maybe this pitcher, Peter Caruthers. Durable. We love that at a Bradley University. Looks like he could be really good. Don't love the 45 BABIP, but I mean, the rest of this stuff looks like it could be really, really good. High work ethic, low financial ambition. Don't love the adaptability, though. What if we just go all college? So yeah, it's Caruthers. We have this guy who plays for UCLA. Big gap power. Really good defensive outfielder. Really good defensive outfielder with a 75 arm, too. Really high speed to go with an 80 gap power potential. He could be interesting. He could be interesting. We also have Tim Baranowski, the Scorpion here from Georgetown. Big time pop to this guy's bat. He's a corner infielder. He's your third baseman, first baseman type. Huge 70 gap power, 70 power. Not a lot of eye, but he does have some BABIP and avoid K. So that's interesting. Nate Connor here. Another guy with some huge contact, high gap power. Not a great power eye, though. Defensively, not as great as this guy here. So I think I would prefer the lefty guy. Relievers, no. This guy, I think this guy's better than Nate Connor, but I don't think he's as good as Amachai, whatever this guy's name is. So Hotchkiss, we love the gap power. The BABIP's only 55. This contact will trick you into being like, oh, he has huge contact, but the BABIP's only 55 potential. Now, the gap power is already 50. So that's interesting. And then we have a second baseman in Dante Marshall who has huge swing and miss. Big-time BABIP, big-time power and gap, big-time eye, really good speed profile. Can play you like a really good second base. Really, that's it. But very good bat who's going to strike out just an absolute fuck ton. So I think we are going to go college here. It's just, what is this guy's deal? Dario Bird. Okay, so huge gap power, and eye. He's like a 3 true outcomes type guy, but he's going to hit doubles too. But he also doesn't have a positional home. So yeah, I don't think we want to go with him, even though that bat does look super intriguing. Same with this guy. So I think we either want to go with Caruthers, the pitcher here, or we want to go with Troy Amachai from UCLA. I mean, that the personality isn't great. The glove is very, very intriguing, combined with this BABIP gap power, possibly 50 power as well. And then Caruthers here just looks like he could be like a legit ace. Like, yeah, he has the showings of a frontline starter with above average stuff, aggressiveness, and durability. He has gone down with some stuff recently. Don't love that. And then Amachai, he's also gone down with some stuff. Our scout thinks we should take an 80 grade high schooler. Like, I mean, like, sure, they've got the better potential, but, like, I don't think I want to go high schooler again. We've been taking high schoolers a lot recently. This guy, no. Kind of comparable to that guy we took last year. A lot of catchers up here. This guy's not really a catcher, though. But yeah, I think we want to go college players. And it really is. Or I'd also like this guy. So I would say our three choices are Caruthers, Amichai, and Baranowski. Which one do we like better? Do we want the big pop? The big bopper here? Do we want the really good glove, speed profile, gap power, BABIP sort of guy? Or do we want a potential frontline starter who has durable injury proneness already? And I've talked about how I don't like how the pitchers develop in this game. If we take Caruthers, is he even going to develop? That could very well be something that doesn't happen. What if I ask him about a pitcher? He thinks we should take this high school pitcher who, to be fair, looks very, very good. But he's a high school pitcher. And I don't think I want to go that route. Even, 90 control with this stuff, that is crazy. He's so far away from the big leagues. But how could you look at these potentials and not be drawn in by that? But then also, now we're flipping it back around to, I've talked about how the game gaslights you into thinking of these potentials are going to happen. So are we going to end up in a situation where 4 years down the line, this guy's at like the AA level, and it looks like he still has these potentials, but he hasn't even remotely gone into tapping into any of them? That could be something that happens. And that could be something that happens if we go with the college pitcher too. Man, and Amichai is tearing up the draft league right now too. He's got a 158 WRC plus down there. I think we're going to go with him. We're going to go with him. Are we going to regret missing out on the pitcher? Maybe. Honestly, I'm so interested to see how this guy develops that I'm gonna add him to my keep an eye list and just make sure we see what happens with him. And then same with Caruthers. We're gonna add him to my keep an eye. But we're gonna take Amichai. He's gonna be our guy we take here. So boom. We take him with the 21st pick of the first round, move things on to the second rounds, and Caruthers is still here. Interesting. That is very interesting. So is this Dario Bird guy, whose bat looks really, really good, I will say. Like, really good bat. I think that's who it comes down to. Or we could take this high school guy, although his... There's also this high school catcher who has huge swing and miss and isn't really a catcher. But I think we want to go Caruthers. So we're actually taking Caruthers off the keep an eye, and we're just taking him in general. Caruthers is going to be our guy here, round 2. Meet his demand, move things on to our next pick. And the big bat we liked was not there anymore. We do have this high school big bat, J.J. East, born in Boston, went to a Hartford school. Horrible defensive first base. He's 6'9", 230. Oh. But then you got this guy here. Oh. J.J. East is tempting, but I think I got to go with this guy. I got to go with Nate Franz, right-handed pitcher out of a Chicago high school. We just have to. We have to go with him. That's going to be our compensation pick here for the second round. Boom. We move things on to round 3. And J.J. East is still here. He's still there, folks. What's the best college player here? We have a starter who can't find the zone. Reliever. Wasn't this guy here last year? Yes, he was. We were thinking about taking this guy last year, and we opted not to. And then I guess he didn't sign, and now he's back. So I don't think we prefer any of these guys, and I think we're going to go with the 6'9" first baseman of J.J. East. Boom, committed to Towson. No, you're not. You're coming to our organization. Move things on to round 4. And that college starter who looks like he could have some really good stuff. A crazy 85 potential fastball, forkball, sinker trio. That's insane. But he has no clue where anything's going. But he could, at the very least, turn into like a really, really good reliever. That is something that you could look for with him. What about other college players here? He's got no gap. This guy's interesting. Huge gap, doesn't strike out ever, has some decent BABIP power and eye. Definitely more of a corner outfielder. He's a cold weather guy. He's committed to... Or no, he's currently at Buffalo. He's at the University of Buffalo. Line drive hitter. He's a 55. No. But I think Crawford, Pippen... don't like the extreme risk on that guy. I think I'm preferring going with a college guy here. So it's either Crawford or Pippen. Do we want to go with this guy who maybe we get some sort of lucky control with a TCR or a Dev Boost bump, Dev Lab boost rather, and he turns into like a generational like nasty pitcher? Or we go with David Crawford, who could be like a really good, never strike out, hit a bunch of doubles, play a really good like left field. I've already forgotten what we've gotten. What have we already gotten here? We've gotten round 1 we took corner outfielder, and then in round 2 we took a starter and a starter, and then in round 3 we took JJ East, right? Why am I drawing a blank at where my pick was? Yeah, JJ East, and now we're here in round 4. I think we want to go with Pippen. We're going to go Pippen here. We're going to meet his demand, and we're going to hope that David Crawford is here for our next pick, and he's not. Damn it. Where'd he go? Where did Crawford go? He went to the Royals. Okay. Few picks back. So now we're back to the sortable list here. Teague is here. We're looking at the college players. We can go back to all players. This guy's bat is very interesting. Doesn't really have a positional home, but his bat could be really intriguing. There is Teague, like we talked about, but he's a ground ball hitter, and I don't love that. This guy's a line drive hitter with a really good gap power, but no pop or eye whatsoever. It's all just putting the ball in play, which isn't the worst thing in the world. He's a switch hitter, too. This McNabb guy could be interesting, but he's extreme risk. I don't love that. Brandt. He looks decent. Any like college dudes that stand out to me at this point? No. No. What about arms? College arms? Some 50s. Gabe Bond could be interesting. But I don't think I want to take him here. Tim Palmer is also interesting. But I also don't think I want to take him here. Same with Tom Wise. So there are some interesting college arms there, but I think we want to go with... what was it? Who's this guy? Ooh. Oh, extreme fly ball, though. Yeah, I think we're leaning one of these high school bats. Zach Irwin, I don't really love his bat, so I think it's either going to be switch hitting Tommy Hanson or it's going to be Josh Miller. If we compare their bats... yeah, so Miller's got way more pop and way more eye, but then Hanson has, a ton of put the ball in play ability. He's also got the better speed profile, and then I think he's a bit better defensively. Yeah, he can actually maybe give you left field, whereas Miller he's a first baseman. It's only 50 power, though, but it's only 5 better bat. I think we're going to go Miller. He's going to be our dude here. So Josh Miller is our pick. We meet his demand. Move things on to round 6. Tommy Henson's still here. That'll make it easy for us. We'll just take him. Boom. Move things on to round 7. Still got some dudes here. Are any of those college pitchers still here? Gabe Bond is. We don't love... This guy's hurt. Only an elbow strain, but I don't love what I'm seeing here. I don't love this BABIP. Robbie Johnson, don't love his BABIP or movement. Don't love this guy's BABIP either, especially as like a control movement sort of guy. Ratliff, don't love that. I think Gabe Bond is going to be our guy. We're going to go with Gabe Bond and hope that this changeup develops. Ground baller, committed to, or he's currently at Central Arkansas. So yeah, we're going to go Gabe Bond. Gabe Bond is our guy. Boom. Move things on to round 8. Go back to all players here. Or college player. Okay, so we got a college reliever here. I know we took a bunch of college relievers in last year's draft. I mean, this guy is like really close to the big leagues. We might take him. Or we could take Butterfield here, a seriously good pop. But nothing else, really. It's all pop. So I think we're going to take Sam Feld. Really hard throwing at Belmont Abbey College in Belmont, North Carolina. High adaptability work ethic. Could be a really, really good reliever, and he's really close to the big league, so we're going to take him. And now we're on to round 9. That Lumpkin guy is still here. I think we might just have to, like, roll the dice on him because he's got such a good profile. Alrighty, so we are here at the end of the first-year player draft. We did the first 8 picks of our draft here. And we left off where we took off Andrew Lumpkin. He was that extremely high fly ball, super hard thrower, high school guy. You know, if this develops, he could just be like a super volatile, crazy reliever. Something worth taking a shot on, so we did that. And then in round 10, we took Chris Walls, a college reliever out of Missouri Valley College. Not conference, Missouri Valley College. Side armor, throws decently hard, 22 years old. Then in round 11, we took this guy who you're looking at, and you're like, why would you take this guy? We did not take him as a pitcher. We do not want this guy pitching. This guy is going to be hitting for us. So if we just go in right now, set this guy to center field, suddenly his bat looks much more interesting here. Probably more of a corner outfielder. Goes up to 50 there. So boom, Paul Tonkinson, interesting corner outfielder type guy who can also give you like I guess some decent high stuff pitch mix there. Who knows? But we were looking at this guy more as a hitter. And then in round 12 we took a catcher, Shannon Burnett, out of the West Virginia University Institute of Technology. That is a mouthful, but really, really high framing, 70 framing. Looks like his bat could be decent-ish, so we decided to take a shot on him. Then around 13, we took Josh Zimmerman, big bopper first baseman out of high school, really good personality class. Round 14, we took Dustin Aspel, decent catcher, horrible personality, but big pop. So durable, thought he was worth a shot. We needed some catchers in the organization, so we took a few of them here in this draft. Danny Lear, another big-time stuff, horrible control, throws really hard, possible 90-grade fastball, already a 75-grade fastball out of the University of South Carolina. And then we took, in round 16, a Panamanian right-hander out of high school, or I guess he's currently at an academy, maybe a JUCO guy, who knows. Wherever he's from, we took this guy, really hard thrower. Then we took, in round 17, Ryan Caperton, another big stuff, horrible control, hard throwing, possible reliever. And then in round 18, we took Matt Dodd, another guy, big stuff, horrible control, lefty from Boston College. And then in round 19, it was Milt Harwell, big time, not really big time, but decent BABIP, power eye, never going to be a catcher, but I thought his bat was intriguing. And then in round 20, we took another catcher with 70 framing and decent high adaptability and high work ethic. decent power eye. Thought he was worth a shot in the 20th round, and that is our draft class here for 2029.